Welcome to Haven of Prayer, a place where faith and miracles meet. In today's video, you'll experience the incredible power of a prayer that has healed and restored thousands. This simple yet profound prayer has transformed lives, bringing hope, peace, and divine intervention in the most unexpected ways. Stay with us until the end to discover how this prayer can change your life too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message of faith with others.
Lord, today I come before you with an open heart, recognizing that some words, when they rise from the depths of the soul, have the power to move mountains and transform lives. I've heard of a prayer that has touched hearts, brought comfort in times of storm, and been the answer in the silence. I too want to be part of those miracles. I want to find that prayer that isn't just spoken with my lips, but resonates in the very depths of my spirit. I know that when I turn to you with genuine faith, something inside me begins to change, and the heavens themselves lean in to listen. Today, I don't seek perfect formulas or eloquent words. What I desire is to connect with you from my truth, from my doubts, and from my need to feel your closeness. I long to experience the power that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, and that makes hope bloom where once there was only darkness. You know how many times I've tried to solve everything with my own strength, but now I understand that there are paths that only open when I surrender completely to your will. I want to witness your power, not for what I may receive, but for what I may learn while walking with you. Allow this prayer to become an encounter with you, where my soul sheds every weight and fills itself with your light. If this is the prayer that has brought so many miracles to the world, then here I am, willing to live my own miracle, guided by your love and boundless mercy. There are times when I stop and reflect on how much I still lack in trusting you fully. I've read your words, so clear and direct, inviting me to believe with the faith of a small seed full of life. And I realize that often I doubt, not because I don't love you, but because fear often speaks louder than faith. I wish to have that simple, pure faith that can move mountains, not mountains of earth, but the ones within me, the anxiety that paralyzes, the sadness that consumes, the doubts that distance me from your presence. Today, I ask you to teach me to trust like a child, reaching out with the certainty that my Father holds me without hesitation. Some days, I feel so weak, so small in the face of life's challenges, that I struggle to believe anything will change. But you remind me that nothing is impossible when I place my trust in you. Even what seems immovable can give way to the power of sincere faith. I don't ask for perfect faith, but a living faith, one that grows each day, that even if it starts as a spark, it can ignite my entire being and become a fire that lights my path. I want to experience what you promised, that by believing, the impossible becomes reality. Take my fears, Lord, and turn them into courage. Fill my thoughts with hope and my heart with assurance. May every step I take be supported by the certainty that you walk with me, and that no obstacle is too great when I trust in your power. Breathing deeply is more than a physical act. It's a reminder that I am still here, living this moment, with the chance to begin again. Every breath that enters my body is a gift that connects me to you, and in this moment, I want to use it to surrender to your presence. Lord, I come to you today not in haste, nor with empty words. I pause, close my eyes, and allow your peace to surround me. I open myself to you without any reservations, knowing you see me as I truly am. Here I am, ready to release my burdens, and let this prayer be a bridge between my heart and yours. I desire that this conversation with you be honest, without embellishments or routines. I want each word to reflect my need, my longing to feel your presence, and allow you to take control over what I can no longer handle on my own. At this moment, there is no past to haunt me, nor a future to worry about. Only this sacred moment, where I surrender to you with faith and trust, knowing you hear even what I cannot express. Guide me through this prayer, Lord. Let it not be just a string of phrases, but a true act of surrender, where my soul finds rest and my spirit is renewed in your boundless love. There's something that stirs in me when I think of your tenderness. It's not just admiration. It's a deep need to draw near to that light which transforms everything. I sense that my soul seeks you, even when my mind wanders. And in doing so, I realize I love you more than I often know how to express. I find no words big enough to describe what rises within me every time I think of your compassion. That love which doesn't judge, which never runs out, and is always willing to embrace even my flaws. I don't need more signs, for what I feel when I come close to you is already a miracle in itself. Every movement of my body, every sincere thought, is a way of telling you that I belong to you, not as someone who repeats words, but as a person who has realized that living away from you is like walking without direction. When my heart beats, your name beats within me, setting the rhythm of my faith. Today, I come not with demands, but with gratitude. I know that just being here, breathing, feeling this love, is already a tremendous blessing. There is no corner of me that doesn't want to surrender fully to what you represent. Hope, comfort, and meaning. And as I speak this prayer, I feel my whole being align with you. Not because you are a distant figure, but because I recognize you in the everyday, in every small act of kindness, in every impulse of forgiveness that arises without me planning it. Sometimes, I pause to contemplate the vastness of the universe, and yet, nothing compares to what arises within me when I think of this sacred connection. There is no number or measure that can contain the deep affection that grows inside of me each day. It's a love that doesn't depend on moments or words, but lives and breathes with me. I try to explain it, but words fall short. Neither the beauty of a starry sky nor the endless expanse of the oceans can represent what you mean to me. This feeling goes beyond the visible because it's not just about emotion. It's a silent certainty that holds me steady. Each time I feel fragile, that love reminds me that I am not alone. It manifests as a calm that envelopes me, like a gentle yet constant force inviting me to keep moving forward, even when I don't understand everything happening around me. It's not about idealizing you, but recognizing you in everything that surrounds me, in the simple details, in the quiet moments, in the unexpected tenderness that sometimes arises for no apparent reason. There you are, speaking to me without words, showing me that your love knows no limits. And even though I often try to express it, the truth is that this sacred bond we share doesn't need explanations. All it takes is to feel it, to live it, and to allow it to transform me from the inside, giving meaning to every part of my story. Today, a prayer arises from the depths of my being, not only for what I desire, but for what I truly need to continue this journey. I don't want to ask from impulse or impatience, but from the humility of someone who understands that only you know what is best for me. In the midst of my silences and storms, I've realized I'm not alone. When my strength falters and my thoughts cloud, your presence becomes my refuge. Even though I don't always speak it aloud, there are moments when I cry for help with every tear that falls, with every sigh that comes without words. I'm not seeking empty rewards or quick fixes. What I truly long for is that everything that comes into my life be filled with purpose, that each gift you give me be a step towards something greater, something that also honors you. Because in the end, all that matters is walking with you. There are times when I feel broken, but it is in those fragments where I perceive you the most. You know when to intervene, when to extend your hand with that tenderness that heals without hurting, that restores without noise, that lifts without pushing. And it's right there, at that very moment, when my weeping begins to calm, not because the pain is entirely gone, but because you've reminded me that I don't have to carry it alone. So today, I ask you to look inside me, beyond the words, and answer with your wisdom that always knows what's best. That if you are to give me something, may it be that which transforms my life and brings me closer to that pure love that only you know how to give. Trusting hasn't always been easy for me, but something within me insists on believing. There's a certainty that grows without my control, as if my soul knows that when I surrender with sincerity, something powerful begins to happen. It's not about magic formulas, but a quiet surrender that changes everything. I've learned that there are forces unseen, but which act with a firm delicacy. And when I allow myself to be carried by that deep trust, my fears grow smaller and possibilities become real. I don't know how it happens, but I felt it. When I open myself with faith, life responds with signs that I cannot ignore. Lord, I'm not here out of routine, but out of deep necessity. There are spaces in my heart that only you can fill, and prayers that rise from a soul touched many times by hope. In this prayer, I come not with demands, but with a sincere desire to be heard by you with love. If ever I doubted, today I choose to believe again. I've seen the impossible unfold in the most unexpected moments. Doors have opened when I had no strength left to knock, and every time I approached you with humility, something inside me was healed. So now, from this intimate place of surrender, I lift my inner voice. May what I need, even the things I can't quite express, reach your hands and be transformed into blessings, not only for me but for those I love as well. There are days when the silence within becomes so profound that all I long for is to feel accompanied by the invisible. I don't need grand signs or loud promises, only the quiet assurance that I am not walking alone, that every part of me is held by something greater than my own strength. In this tired body that sometimes feels fragile, I long for your peace, your light, and your wisdom to dwell within me. May each cell be renewed with calm. May every dark thought find clarity, and may even my quietest wounds be comforted. I don't seek perfection, but harmony. I don't ask for invulnerability, but balance. When doubts arise, what I need most is direction. Open paths where I once saw only walls. Let difficult decisions become lighter, and may confusion give way to clearer vision. Guide me to act from goodness, even when the world around me pushes me the other way. The conflicts I carry, seen and unseen, I give them to you. I don't want to solve everything on my own, nor fight against what I don't understand. Help me to comprehend with patience, forgive with sincerity, and keep moving forward without allowing anger or fear to rule over me. Let this moment of connection be not just a passing breath, but a constant transformation. May every step be surrounded by silent protection. May every decision be guided by wisdom born of love. And may I never lack the will to begin again, no matter how many times I need to. There are times I find myself wishing that life could bloom from within, not as a stroke of luck, but as a result of something deeper. The love planted in my soul. True prosperity can't come from the outside. It must be rooted in faith, in trust, in that peace that transforms everything quietly. What I long for goes beyond the material. I seek fulfillment that doesn't depend on what I have, but on who I am when I walk in truth. Let abundance first manifest in serenity, in genuine connections, in the ability to be grateful even in the midst of uncertainty. I remember that the story didn't end on the cross. There was surrender, silence, waiting, and then resurrection. That promise still speaks to me when I feel like everything is lost. It reminds me that pain is not the end, that the dark can be overcome when I allow the light to enter. I need that light, not as a fleeting flash, but as a constant presence that walks with me through every thought, every decision, every difficult night. Let it illuminate what I still don't understand and dispel the fears I try to hide. Cover me with clarity that drives me to keep moving forward without giving up. Today, I ask for protection, yes, but I also ask for vision. It's not enough to be defended. I want to learn to see with new eyes, to interpret what I'm living through with hope. Let any shadow that tries to enter me dissolve before the certainty that I am held by something eternal and good. At this point in my life, I've realized that I can no longer hold myself up alone. There are decisions weighing on me, paths I'm unsure are right, and moments when I struggle to trust my own judgment. That's why I give you what I am and what I still don't understand, with the hope that something wiser than I will guide me. My story has not been perfect, but every fall has taught me something, and every mistake has brought me closer to what truly matters. I've changed, and in that change, I recognize a greater strength that lifted me when I needed it most. Today, looking back, I thank you for not abandoning me in my confusion. I know that many of my actions are marked by this love that holds me. I don't always see it clearly, but it's there, giving meaning to what I do, giving me reasons to keep believing in good even when everything seems out of order. That presence inspires me to act with awareness, to choose with my heart. The protection I seek isn't to avoid all pain, but to endure it with resilience. I don't ask for challenges to be removed, but for the strength to overcome them without losing my peace. With every step, even in the uncertainty, let me feel that I'm not walking blindly. Now, in this moment of reflection, I want to open a space within me to present what weighs, what hurts, what still disturbs me. May every word spoken from here be heard with tenderness, and may the answer come in the form of light, guidance, and true transformation. Perhaps there are things I've never managed to express clearly. Silent requests, dreams kept for a long time, needs I carry in my heart that only now I dare to present sincerely. This is the moment when I lay down all masks and speak with my heart. It doesn't matter if the words are simple or if I lack explanations. What truly matters is the intention with which I offer every thought, every wish, every part of my story that still needs healing, change, and a touch of hope. Lord, sometimes the requests I make seem impossible, but still, I bring them before you. I've learned that nothing is too much for the one who listens with love. I'm not here to impress you, but to trust. I'm opening up my heart, allowing space for something new to begin within me. As I take a deep breath, I see every area of my life that needs your light. My relationships, my emotions, my career, my fears, my health, my decisions. All of these I lay before you, humbly and with the hope that something good will spring forth from this offering. And if ever I forget what I've asked for, let this prayer continue to work silently within me, stirring the best of me, aligning my soul with what is yet to come, and preparing my heart to recognize miracles even in the most subtle details of daily life. There are moments when gratitude takes hold of me unexpectedly, filling me with a joy so deep I can hardly contain it. To feel accompanied, supported, and understood has been the greatest comfort during my hardest days. Knowing that I don't walk alone transforms even the darkest journeys. I don't always have answers, but there is one certainty that sustains me. I am not without love. That quiet affection that shows itself in the simplest details, in the gestures that wrap around me when I need them most, in the thoughts that bring me peace just before I give up. Restoring my faith, the kind that isn't built on complicated explanations but on pure, direct trust, has been one of the greatest gifts along this path. Like a child leaping into the arms of someone they trust without hesitation, I want to approach the sacred with that same openness, without fear, without barriers. I pray that this connection never fades, that it doesn't become a routine or wear thin with time. I want each day to renew within me the desire to know you more, to discover new ways to hear you, to see your reflection in the faces around me and in the landscapes I pass through. If I ever find myself lost in distractions or drifting away due to weakness, may that longing to be close to you be stronger than everything else. Let it call me back like a familiar voice, return my focus, and inspire me to search with my whole being for the beauty that can only be found when the heart remains open. Recognizing my faults doesn't weaken me, it frees me. I no longer try to hide who I am, because I've come to understand that only when I accept my fragility can true change begin. I look at myself honestly, and instead of blaming myself, I choose to grow from understanding. There is a part of me still learning, stumbling, trying again. I don't want to live trapped by my mistakes, but I also don't want to ignore them. I aspire to become a more integrated person, more aware, more committed to what builds, to what brings light instead of shadow. Today, more than controlling every detail, I prefer to surrender what I do, think, and feel to a higher guidance than my own. May my actions be led not by ego, but by that which builds and gives meaning. May every gesture, no matter how small, have a purpose that brings me closer to what truly matters. At times, I think I know myself, but there are corners of me I haven't yet explored. That's why I need inner clarity, the kind that reveals not only my hidden gifts, but also my wounded areas. Only then can I move forward without fear, leaving behind what holds me back and embracing what propels me forward. What I long for now is to learn how to choose wisely, not from obligation, but from the true desire to live more fully, more freely, more in tune with what truly transforms me from within. Starting a new day is also an opportunity to wake up on the inside. It's not just about opening my eyes to the world, but renewing the desire to grow, to learn, to connect with the invisible that gives meaning to everything else. I long for each sunrise to find me with a soul ready to listen to what I can't always understand. Routine often dulls the sacred, so I ask for the sensitivity to not miss the messages that come in the form of silence, a kind gesture, or even moments of difficulty. May I recognize the essential amid the noise, and distinguish the truth in the midst of countless distractions. I don't seek rigid perfection or a life without mistakes, but a way of being that is more conscious, more light-hearted, more guided by the wisdom that doesn't impose but accompanies. May my days be marked by decisions that build peace within and around me. Holiness, as I understand it, isn't about elevating myself above others, but living with depth in every gesture. To be just without pride, to listen without judging, to act with compassion without expecting anything in return. In this way, every act becomes a prayer, every thought a seed of good. And if I ever stray from that subtle path, may something within me, a quiet intuition, an inner voice, return me to the right direction. Because living with the eyes of the Spirit open is also a way of discovering that life, when lived from the depths, always has something more to reveal. Gratitude is not just a formality. It's a deep act that transforms what I've experienced into thankfulness. Right now, I feel something within me being released, as if an invisible weight has been lifted. I no longer search for answers everywhere, because I find peace in simply being here, right now. Life, in its simplicity, offers me the chance each day to be more aware of what I have. A heart that beats, a mind that reflects, a soul that seeks. Today, I am not only thankful for what surrounds me, but also for who I am in this moment, just as I am. Happiness doesn't lie in what I lack, but in what I already have, in what I can recognize in my life. I don't know if this feeling of peace will last, but right now, I feel complete. The sense of being protected, guided, knowing I'm not alone, is enough to make everything seem different. My view of the world shifts when I start appreciating what seems ordinary, but is extraordinary when I truly take the time to notice. I've come to realize that true fulfillment doesn't lie in what I receive, but in what I am able to give. My happiness doesn't depend solely on my circumstances, but on the attitude with which I face them. Sometimes, all it takes is a shift in perspective, a new way of feeling what is already in my life, to find peace even in the chaos. I'm grateful for this moment of connection, for feeling like I'm exactly where I need to be, with the peace that accompanies me. This is a reminder that when I open my heart, the universe responds. I don't know what's to come, but I know I'll be ready to embrace it, because each day brings a gift that only the heart can truly understand. Life has a peculiar way of teaching us to trust. Sometimes, everything seems to fall apart, but it's in those very moments when I need to hold tight to what I know. There's nothing more secure than faith, that which grows in the unseen, in what isn't visible but is deeply felt. It's not about having all the answers, but about learning to walk with certainty even when the path isn't clear. Every step I take in faith brings me closer to the peace and clarity I seek. I don't need to know how things will unfold. I just need to trust that they will, if I act with purity in my heart. True strength lies in knowing when to surrender and when to keep going, in knowing when to ask for help without fear of showing my weaknesses. Sometimes, it's in vulnerability that I find the greatest strength, because when I allow myself to be who I truly am, that's when blessings begin to flow. May every action I take be guided by goodness, not only in my big decisions, but in the small gestures of each day. I know blessings don't always arrive in grand forms, but in those everyday details that transform my life without me even looking for them. Today, I commit to strengthening my will to do good, not only for myself, but for those around me. Because when I act with love and kindness, the impact is felt not just by me, but but by every person I encounter. I wish for you a day filled with light, that you find moments of peace amid the noise, and that every step you take is guided by a deep sense of calm. As you walk, may you feel that you're never alone, that each breath brings you closer to that serenity we all long for. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a way of living. It's in those small moments, in genuine smiles, in the gratitude for what we have, in the ability to be fully aware of all the good already surrounding us. No matter what you face today, remember that you have the right to be happy, because that's the gift given to you from the very first day of your life. Allow yourself to feel the beauty of the ordinary, the magic of simplicity, and may every challenge be just an opportunity to grow. Sometimes, the key is in changing the perspective, in seeing what is, not what is lacking. I invite you to continue sharing this space, to keep growing together, to never lose faith in the power of prayer and transformation. Each day is a new beginning, and everything you need is within you, waiting to be discovered.
Today, as we reflect on all that life has to offer, we come to understand that true peace is not found in grand events, but in the small moments of connection and gratitude. Each step, each act of kindness, serves as a reminder that we are guided by something greater than ourselves. Life, with all its difficulties and challenges, invites us to trust, to open our hearts, and to let faith lead us. May we, with each new day, renew our willingness to live with more love, understanding, and faith, knowing that even in difficult times we are never alone. What we carry inside us, our trust in the divine, strengthens and guides us, preparing us to receive the blessings that are yet to come. If this message has touched your heart, please share it with those who need to hear words of comfort and hope. Together we can spread the light and peace that we all seek. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Haven of Prayer, and hit the bell icon to receive more prayers and messages that inspire and strengthen your faith. May your journey be filled with light and serenity. See you in the next video.